So essentially, confidence is a feeling. It's a feeling of self-assurance, your ability to say, yes, I'm capable. Yes, I have these qualities. And I also think that confident individuals have this sort of aura about them, energy, style, enthusiasm. How many confident people do you know who enter a room and all of a sudden the room's a little brighter and you're like, gosh, this person, I want to be around them. And so how do you become that person? It is all about really training your mind and so much more. We'll cover that in a minute. And so really in terms of confidence, there's also this inherent feeling of making decisions and being okay with whatever the results are, which means that as a confident person, you trust yourself so much that you are going to make certain decisions. And without the fear of, is this going to go wrong or right? And so that comes from years of knowledge, years of experience, and also trusting your intuition, which most of us kind of forget. And we just think with, this doesn't make sense, or the people around us who tell us one thing or another. And so, a confident person, you'll notice, will be very quick to say yes or no. There's really no maybes with a confident person. And then here we have the word cloud, right? Looking at this word cloud in the chat box, tell me which one of these words really resonates to you, or which one of these words describe who you are currently. Right? Do you have this spunk of a confident person? Are you daring? Are you certain about the decisions that you make? Do you think you're courageous? So what are some of the words that describe who you are already in terms of being confident? Let's see what we have right now. Boldness. Eric says boldness. Thank you. And so take a look at that, because when we say to ourselves, when we describe ourselves as not being confident, you actually might be surprised that if you actually look for things that do make you confident, that you do have confidence within you. It's just trying to get it to come out. So when we talk about confidence and training our brain to be confident, one of the first things that you have to focus on and pay attention to is your physical body, your posture, your breathing, and how you stand. Even the way you hold your head. Are you holding it down? Do you look at people from the side? The position of your feet, how you talk to people, how you pay attention to what they're saying. Just your body language is so important. Your posture, your body language. That's another way to showcase whether you're a confident person or not. If you're slouching around, immediately people are going to be like, this person is not confident. Why should I listen to what they have to say? So your posture is so important, even the positioning of your shoulders. Be careful that you're not leaning forward, that it is straight and back, and that your neck, right? What is it? It needs to be at a level where you're able to do eye contact. So focus on that. And when you improve your posture, your body language, you improve memory and learning, you enhance your well-being, and immediately you actually boost your confidence. Here's a little tip I can give you. In moments where you're not feeling confident, one of the tips that I give people, especially when you're going on an interview, you're meeting some high potential clients and you're not feeling so great, I always say, do the Superwoman pose, which is putting your hands on your hips, standing in front of a mirror and holding that pose for at least 5 to 10 seconds and stand straight and look at yourself for that moment and hold that posture, and immediately you're going to feel a sense of confidence that's going to overcome you. And when you have the right posture, it will improve your breathing. It is going to make you look taller and slimmer. It will enhance your circulation as well as your focus and productivity. So all of that is so important in terms of your posture and your body language is the first thing that you need to pay attention to if you're looking to become a more confident person. And also it's something you can improve immediately. This visual right here, what it shows you is how to be more confident, right? If we're looking at this lady right here, she has her hands on the hip, right? That in itself is a power position. And that's the power position I was just describing in the moments that you're not feeling very confident. Feet facing directly towards someone means that you're actually paying attention to what this person has to say. You're in it, you're into the conversation. Nowadays, people are on their phones. How many times you see individuals, and I've been guilty of this, just on the phone, they're not looking at you, there's no contact, body postures all over the place. Again, if you're meeting with a new person, you're building new relationships, or significant other, whatever it may be, pay attention to your body language, and because your body language says to them whatever what you're communicating. Shaking your legs, right? A lot of folks that you see, a lot of directors and VPs, I've gone to meetings with them and they're shaking their legs. Again, that shows nervousness. If you're trying to show a group of people that you are confident, that you're a leader and you want to take over the room, then that means really having control over what your body's doing, such as leg shaking. No, you want to make sure that you're stopping it. Even lowering your head, keep it up at a level where it's eye contact. Arched eyebrows, that is also not a good thing that we want to do because it shows anger. Direct eye contact is great. It can become a little uncomfortable, I know, but try to make it where you're looking maybe at just sort of their top of their head. When you look at someone's top of their head, you're not doing a direct eye contact, but they don't know the difference. So if you're uncomfortable with eye contact, I know I can be at times. I look at right here, top of their head. Blinking too much, squinting, arms crossed. Again, that is all physical language, not verbal language, but physical language where you're communicating something. What are you really saying, right? And so if you're saying, yes, I'm open to something, but your arms are crossed, you're not really open to anything, right? You're just saying it just to maybe get the person out of your face. So pay attention to your posture and body language, and that's one of the first ways that you can train your brain to be more confident because it's an immediate fix. Second is self-talk. Believe it or not, whatever you say to yourself, whether that's good or bad, your brain doesn't know the difference. So if you say that I'm not good at something, then your brain says you're not good at something. So then you're not going to try to become better at it. And so one of the first things of rewiring our brain is, do you listen to what you're saying to yourself? I don't have enough time. Well, then you're not going to make enough time. I am not good at public speaking. Well, then you're never going to speak publicly. So again, watch what you're saying to yourself. For example, I do hear a lot of my students who say, I'm not good with technology. And again, what's a way that we can reframe that? What if you said, I'm learning new technology, or I'm excited to gain new knowledge? Now what you're doing is you're actually re-energizing your brain, you're re-energizing your mind, and you are telling yourself, even though we're not really seeing it, you're speaking it out, your brain is listening and your body's listening. So then you're going to take those actions. Here's a quote. It says, self-talk is the most powerful form of communication because it either empowers you or it defeats you. So watch out to what you're saying. And this visual right here, I loved it. The source is from Redbubble. But the art of self-talk starts with monitoring your self-talk. Listen to what you're saying to yourself. Are you aware of what you're saying to yourself on a daily basis? It really is every moment, every second of how you're talking about yourself to others and to yourself. If you stand in front of the mirror and you say, gosh, I'm not pretty, or I need to lose some weight, or whatever that is, are you aware of what it is that you're saying? Are they words you picked from others? Sometimes our words that we use to describe ourselves is how others described us from childhood, friendships, bad relationships that we may have been in. How did they describe you, and are you still holding on to their words? And is it time to let go of how they described you? What are these thoughts? Where are these thoughts and words coming from? Believe it or not, our brain, when it gets tired, it starts going in ways where we don't want it to go. So pay attention to how much water you're drinking, how much you're going outside and taking in oxygen, your caffeine intake. All of that impacts your physiology. And when your physiology is out of balance, then so is your thought process. 2, identify your tone. Is your self-talk helpful or hurtful? Why use, here's what I always tell my coaching clients. If you can use hurtful words, you can also use helpful words. So really, at the end of the day, we have a choice in the words we select and in how we talk. So faith, gratitude, joy, and growth, all of my favorite words. Anger, jealousy, fear, disappointment, all words that I try to eliminate completely from my vocabulary. Now, I don't want to be one of those people who says that doesn't exist. Do I feel anger? Absolutely. Do I feel jealous? Of course. Fear, disappointment are moments where I feel disappointed. Yes, that's normal. What I'm saying is that when you do have those thoughts come into your mind, you need to stop yourself immediately. And at the end of this training, I'm going to show you a trick and how to do that so that you can immediately change your thoughts and move towards more of helpful words and helpful thoughts that are going to help you be a confident person. Improve your self-talk. How can you adjust your self-talk to better suit you? Right? It's not what suits your friend or anyone else. What suits you in terms of your self-talk? Is it that you need to journal it? Then journal and write about it. Is it that you actually need to hear yourself? Do you need to listen to podcasts or listen to motivational quotes? What are some ways that you can rewire your thinking so that it changes and you adjust your self-talk to yourself? So really important there. And I just want to tell you guys that all of this will be available for you to review at and look at the end of this training. We'll email it out. The next thing is the company you keep, friends and family. You guys may have heard of the quote, you are the average of the 5 people you spent most of your time with, right? Jim Rohn, love the guy. He's a motivational speaker. He's someone who can truly shake things up for you in the right way. And I agree, right? Who is the company you're keeping around? So if you're saying, I'm not feeling confident, I feel discouraged, I don't feel motivated, I'm not happy with myself, what are the people around you like? What are their accomplishments? What goals have they reached? What are their relationships like? Are they in a stuck situation? Because here's 2 things that happens. Keeping the company around you, whether that's friends or family members, will hold you back. And what ends up happening is you may end up becoming the person who is the advisor, who gives advice but can't follow their own advice, right? How many people do we know who's like that? They give the most perfect advice and solutions, yet they can't apply any of that in their own lives. So avoid being that person, right? Avoid being the person that gives advice but can't follow it themselves among these people who are stuck and not motivated, because that's what ends up happening. Or try to don't get rid of your friends and family, right? But make a conscious decision of saying, today, I'm going to attend a book club. Today, I'll have a discussion about motivation, gaining new knowledge, training, making my health better. Where is a group of people who talk about these things that I am interested in to help myself feel more confident? So being around positive people can help you grow, can help you earn more money, can help you lose weight, can help you feel great, will get you to finally, be the person you want to be. The truth of the matter is that if you're around negative people, stuck people, people who never see a solution to anything, are the kind of people who will always keep you down. You might gain weight. You may actually, studies have shown that you may actually earn less because of the people that you're around. And so again, look around you. Who are your friends? Who are your family members? What is a conscious decision you can make today to sort of diversify the people that you're around and really be around those that are leveling you up? And also, here's what happens. When you level yourself up, other people will try to keep you down. Are you sure you want to do this? But everything's fine. Look, that's all BS. Like, don't follow it and don't do it, right? And then you're now doubting yourself. You're trusting yourself less. But if we go back to the definition of what confidence is the ability for us to believe in our own talents, our own abilities. And so if you don't believe in that, you're in yourself, and you have people who are saying, telling you all the wrong things. So guess what? That's when your confidence lowers. The last topic here is you create your reality. Right? How many times have we heard from our parents, there isn't enough money, no, we can't do this, or our culture won't allow it, or religion won't allow it, or this place is too far, or no, we can't do something, or no, you can't choose this career, no, you can't marry this person, or no, you can't make friends with this individual, no, you can't have a house by the beach. Relocating is difficult. That's some of the things that I've heard recently. But the truth is, you create your own reality. What your life looks like today, where you live right now, who you're with, is a reality that you created for yourself. So one of the first things that we have to let go of is this notion of it's another person's fault in the way our life is. That has to be dropped, because the future that you're going to create for yourself will be a future where you're going to make conscious decisions based on confidence and based on who you are and the people that you keep around and the knowledge that you're gaining, so that the reality that you're creating aligns to who you are and who you want to be. One of the exercises that I always try to do with my coaching clients is, I always say, think about your life for a moment and remove all boundaries and every preconceived notion that you grew up with. Remove all of that. Remove all roadblocks that you've created for yourself. Who would you be today? What would your life look like? Where would you be living? Think about that for a moment. What if you got rid of every single rope that people, or hooks, right? People put on you, like fish, what is it called? Strings or whatever, fish, wires. I think that's what it's called. But imagine all of that, right? Like we're hooked to other people's expectations. We're hooked to other people's way of living. And then we think that's our reality, but in truth, it isn't. So what would your life look like if you removed all of that? If you took all those hooks off and said, you know what, I'm free. I'm open to make decisions. And I can do whatever I choose to. And there is alignment, right? And so when I say choose everything you want, means, again, coming from a place of love, coming from a place of good for all, coming from a place of considering those that are around us, but yet explaining to them that the preconceived notions, the fears that they have, really isn't based on any reality. It's fear, it's their imagination, and it doesn't mean that their fears and their imagination will hold true in the decisions that you make in your life. Just being able to say that to someone shows confidence and the fact that you know inherently who you are. A tool here, or a technique that you can also use, is a vision board. Vision boarding, I know, you see a lot of people advertising for it. I try not to make it complex. I literally open up a Word document and post all the pictures of things that I like and want to have, whether that's a career or things or people or vacations. A vision board allows you to really create your future, because you do have control over that. And Oprah talks openly about creating her vision boards of who she is today. Even if you look at athletes, there are athletes who openly talk about creating vision boards. So what does your vision board look like? Do you have one for yourself? And your vision board can start really simple. Take some crayons, take a piece of paper, and maybe write down some thoughts. And then take a Word document and put some pictures in there. And then you can move into actually buying a poster board, going through magazines and then putting clippings all over it and posting it on your wall with the amount of money you want to make a month, with the, the feelings you want to have, the places you want to go, the homes you want to own, the cars you want to own. What does your vision board look like? And when I give you all of you this training, I'm not saying that any of this is easy. This isn't easy. The truth is that change has a physical implication. When we want to do something, all of a sudden our bodies and mind says, nope. How many times have you wanted to open up a book and you're like, I'll just watch Netflix? I'm going to highlight this right here, right? Change is hard. But we have a few seconds to change our mind. Right here in our prefrontal cortex, from the moment we decide something until we change our minds, we have somewhere between 4 seconds. So in that moment between picking up a book and watching a Netflix movie, you still have some time to really change your mind and just read the book that you've been wanting to read all of these months. And so at that moment, what you want to do is you want to count backwards. 4, 3, 2, 1, and pick up the book and change your location. Go to a different room, go sit in the dining room. And now what you've done is you realize that change is hard, but you also know that there is a technique you can use to rewire your brain. 4, 3, 2, 1. Those 4 seconds right here, your prefrontal cortex was still processing that movie you wanted to watch on Netflix. You've now rewired your brain to go and read the book. Now, is it going to happen the first time? Maybe not. You have to practice this. 4, 3, 2, 1. Get up. Take the book. Make that physical change. Remind yourself. This is the trick that's going to help you overcome a lot of your challenges. If you need to wake up in the morning and work out, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up. Change your environment and take a walk if it's not a run. But at that moment, you make the decision. You're either going to take the nap, right? Or go to sleep until 10, 11 o'clock, or get up and go work out if that's what you want, or read the book, or do whatever it is that you want, right? And at that moment, you have the choice. So in all of this, confidence, again, is a choice, is something that we can shape and rewire. All of us have the power to be more confident, right? Just with our posture. And really going back and saying, how am I really talking to myself, right? What are you saying to yourself? Then the people you keep around, are they lifting you up or are they pushing you down? Who's around you? And then really creating your own reality, vision boarding, and just asking yourself, what do I really want for life? What's going to keep me, what will make me happy? Whose fears and imaginations am I really living? And having the confidence to say, this is my life, I choose it, and I take full responsibility for the good and the bad. That in itself is confidence.